One, two, three, four. 1, 1, 2. Two, two, two. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was going to put it up that tree, you see.
Just testing, 1, 2, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you can start taking your seats at the front, please. Thank you very much indeed.
You're sharper than that.
Thank you very much, everyone. We're almost ready to go. Just give us a couple of minutes just to make sure everybody is in place. Thank you.
I only recognize one of their part. He used to be a referee. Yeah, very good. Well, I knew his brother, Roman. Like the fact. Oh, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a real honour and a privilege to be standing here today to help host the unveiling of a statue of one of Northern Ireland's greatest sporting ambassadors. We all think he is the greatest goalkeeper the world has ever seen. Please welcome Pat Jennings. Give Pat a big round of applause, welcoming him home to his home city. Thank you very much indeed. Look, this is a very proud day for the entire Jennings family. It's a very, very proud day for the city of Newry. And this journey started over 2.5 years ago. And much credit must go to Kevin McAllister and Larry Powell for pulling together a diverse team of people, including Chairperson Eddie Toner, Wayne Denner, Adrian Markey and Gary Rocks and many others. The Friends of Big Pat was formed. And the first thing I'd like you to do this morning is give a big round of applause to all of those gentlemen who have played such a big part in that. And more of the Friends of Pat you will hear from a little later on this morning. Now, we are here to honour a man who played over 1,100 top-flight football games, but also a man who has been a real unifying force in this country. An amazing person who has also given so much back. He has done as much off the football field as he did off it. Pat Jennings has helped raise over £2 million for charity, an absolutely incredible achievement. He has received an MBE, an OBE, and recently a CBE, and we all know what's next. A knighthood surely must follow. In my opinion anyway, Pat. Look, Pat is very proud to be from this city, and as I say, we're very proud of him. And we're indebted to Newry County Down District Council for their support and giving us the opportunity to place this statue in such a wonderful location in the city in Kildare Street. And I'd like to thank all of the councillors, the chairperson Valerie Hart, who's here today, the PSNI, who have obviously helped make this happen, helped close the roads for us too, and in particular Sergeant Warren Roberts, the community officer. This has been a real team effort and a real collaboration, so thank you. We know, not just too far from here, that Newry was hit hard because of the recent flooding. And we know that some of the local businesses are also with us today. We all hope that this wonderful statue will not only bring a much needed ray of sunshine here to the city, but we hope it will continue to bring hundreds of people to this great city to come and visit the statue and also pump a lot of money into those businesses who really need it at the moment. Now, we will hear lots more about Pat with some special guests as the official ceremony unfolds. But as you saw, we had a great guard of honour today to welcome Pat from his old school, St Joseph's High School. We've got the Gaelic football team and the football team here today. And I would like to welcome the head boy from the school, Lee Fulton, forward to say a few words. Lee.
My name is Lee Fulton and I am head boy of St Joseph's Boys School, Pat's old school here in Newry. As a school, we are delighted to call Pat one of our own. In preparing for this speech, I uncovered a copy of an old school magazine that contained an interview with Pat. Carried out by Shawnee McGuigan and Ronnie Hollywood, it is a fantastic read, and the most striking passage is this. At that time, Pat sat at the back of the class with Niall Clark from South Armagh, a pupil who shared Pat's lack of enthusiasm for academia. In his aspiration, the teacher approached the two reluctant students. "Do you see, you two numbskulls? You'll never amount to anything." Thankfully, that teacher could not have been more wrong. We are so proud as a school to say the first player in English football to make 1,000 senior appearances was a St Joseph's boy. We are delighted also that when UEFA picked the best Northern Ireland player of the last 50 years, they chose someone who sat at a desk on the Armagh Road. Beyond all this, and most importantly to us, is the fact that Pat lives and breathes our school motto, for justice, an honourable man. We hold Pat in such high esteem, not just for his sporting achievements, but also for the standards he sets as a person. As a school, and as being a young man growing up in Newry, I could not ask for a better role model than Pat. As pupils in St Joseph's, we encourage to work hard, reach our potential, and make the most of the talents we have. Without any doubt, Pat has achieved all of this and more. We will never forget the day he visited St Joseph's and did not leave until every jersey, football, and scrap of paper was signed. Much has changed since Pat has left school. St Joseph's has changed, Newry has changed, and Ireland has changed. We are delighted that Pat Jennings has not changed. He remains true to his Newry roots and the values of our school. Thank you.
Lee, thank you very much indeed. And I think you'll all agree that Lee certainly did the school proud today. Well done, that was lovely. Thank you very much indeed. And you're definitely right about Pat. He has not changed one bit. Even the hairstyle has remained the same. And I wish we could all say that, Pat. Pat Jennings made his international debut in 1964, at the same time the one and only alongside the one and only George Best. And he went on to play for Northern Ireland 119 times, and that was a record up until recently, and that's when they started handing the caps out a lot easier than you got them, Pat, I have to say. He helped take Northern Ireland to 2 World Cup finals in 1982 and 1986, and I'm delighted that some of his teammates are here today. Could you give a round of applause to Billy Hamilton and Jerry Armstrong? Of course, it wasn't just international football where Pat made his name. His career started here at Newry Town, but then he went across to the big smoke and he made his name playing for those great London clubs, Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal. He spent 13 years at Spurs, making nearly 600 appearances. He won the FA Cup, the League Cup, the UEFA Cup. He also scored a goal in 1967 in the Charity Shield against Manchester United. I loved watching that, Pat. Watched it last night, actually. Pat was named the Football Writers' Player of the Year in 1973. 3 years later, he won the PFA award, and he is the first goalkeeper to ever have received the double. In 77, he transferred to rivals Arsenal. It was almost unthinkable at the time. And he played for another 8 years, making over 300 appearances and again lifted more silverware in the FA Cup. And I am delighted today that we have got representatives from country but also from club here today. And representing Tottenham Hotspur, I would like to welcome Ledley King and former Arsenal teammate who's here as a surprise for Pat today, Mr. Liam Brady. If you'd like to come forward, gentlemen. And Jerry, could you come forward too, please? Jerry, to you first of all. I mentioned that Pat has been a unifying force in this often divided country of ours. Just exactly what do you think he has done for Northern Ireland?
Well, I've always said he's our greatest ambassador, and we're proud of him so much. But in 1982, when that team went over to play in the World Cup, Pat was the one world-class star we had, and we unified the country, which is something the politicians couldn't do. We unified the country after we beat Spain, and we had a fantastic journey, and a lot of that's down to Big Pat. He was just superb.
Some of the saves he made were unbelievable, weren't they?
I know, and he kept another 4 years later, he kept himself for another World Cup in 1986, which was a big surprise, but he's just an amazing person.
And Liam, why did you want to be here so much today?
Well, he's a very special person to me. He's been a great friend down through the years. He's probably the best goalkeeper in the world at one time, without any doubt. As you say, when he left Tottenham, he came to Arsenal, and I wanted to be here today to tell everybody this. He's an Arsenal player as well, not just Spurs. He's just unique because he's loved by both Tottenham and Arsenal supporters, and I think he's the only one in the world that can say that.
I think you're absolutely right. And what great memories you two have, of course, playing together, I'm sure.
Yeah, we had a great few years together. 3 cup finals on the trot, 78, 79, 80, won the one in 79, Cup Winners' Cup final. Unfortunately, we lost that. Pat saved the first penalty from Kempes. I missed my penalty. I'm not allowed to forget that.
You didn't have to mention it, it's okay.
But no, he's, above all, he's a very, very special person. And what he's done for charity, I totally agree with you that he should be knighted.
I agree, absolutely. It's great to have you here today. And finally, Leslie here representing Tottenham Hotspur today. Pat, of course, is still very much a part of the fabric of the club.
Yeah, of course. And you know, it's probably 12 years ago that I retired, and I've really had an opportunity to get to know Pat on a personal level. First of all, what a gentleman, and also an icon and a legend of the football club. I love hearing his stories about the great players that he's played with and against. You know, one of my favourites was when he represented his country at 40, was he 41? 41 years old, a World Cup, his last cap against Brazil, which is amazing to hear. And it's a pleasure to be here. And what this statue will hopefully do is inspire young people that no matter where you come from in the world, that you can achieve anything, you can go on to be the best. And you know, that's testament to Pat and you know, the hard work throughout the years he's put in. And you know, it's a pleasure to be here.
Leslie, Jerry, Liam, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, the timing's pretty good, as you can hear, right on the stroke of noon here in Newry City Centre. It is time for the main event, and that's to unveil this statue, which has been sculpted by the renowned sculptor Andy Edwards, who I have to say, as you will see, has done an unbelievable job. It really is a tremendous likeness to Pat. So big thanks to Andy, and also to Patrick O'Hagan for all of your work as well. But without further ado, can you please welcome the man himself? We'd like to hear from him first before we unveil the statue, so please give a big round of applause to Pat Jennings. Pat, come forward please, come forward. How special a day is this for you?
I can't believe it's happening there, Stephen. I mean, I've watched other people who get statues unveiled to them and never thought it would ever happen to me. Having said that, I've had an unbelievable career in football, from leaving here as a 17-year-old to join Watford, and never dreamt I'd be back 60 years later, over 60 years, unveiling the statue. And I mean, I love the place here. I've had every opportunity. I'm back home, and lovely to see the family and friends here over the years.
It would have been easy to put this statue at Windsor Park, but why was it important for you to have it here in your home city?
This is basically my home city, where I wouldn't have wanted anywhere else, you know. I was lucky enough to have where football started for me and out of the meadow. I had that name, Jennings Park, in 1976, and I've really been proud of that. Everywhere I go, I've never missed the opportunity to acknowledge that and thank people, thank Newry Council not for putting that up.
And I know you have a lot of people you would like to say a quick thank you to today, because obviously there's been a long list of people who have helped make this possible today. It was important to Pat to publicly thank all of you today.
And I don't want to leave anybody out, that's why I'm reading it. So permanently like to thank the friends of Big Pat, the committee members, Adrian Toner, Laurie Powell, Kevin McAllister, Wayne Denner, Doug Nash, Gary Rocks and Adrian Markey. And further thanks goes to Ted Carson, Francie Craven, Pat O'Hagan, Pat Savage, Mickey Keenan, Michael Savage, Jerry Armstrong, and yourself, Stephen, for a fantastic job. Yeah, incredible talents. Also, Andy Edwards, who has done a fantastic job here. We'll see it in a minute. Chris Butler and all the whole team at Castlefine Arts Foundry in North Wales. And finally, a big thanks to everyone that's contributed in any way to making this possible. All the finances that were involved, and all the people that put functions on, the golf clubs, all that sort of stuff. Everybody had spent a pound, thousands of pounds. Thankfully, I'll never forget what's happening today.
It's worth absolutely every penny and all the effort that was put in. And I just wanted to say, on behalf of us all, we're delighted that you're here today and you're looking good as well. So, thank you, Pat. Okay, if I could ask this area to be cleared, just out of the way. Obviously, you can only unveil this once, so we can't do it twice. So we need to make sure this is right. So just give us a little second until we get on. As I say, this has been over 2 years in the making, and we're almost ready to unveil the statue of Pat Jennings, which will be here for Kildare. And I promise you there is a statue underneath here. Yeah, just one second. Yeah, just I'm going to clear everybody out of the way before Pat does it. Okay, so is this okay? And if everybody else can move out of the back of the shot, please just clear the whole area out of the way, please. Thank you. Okay, this is the moment. Pat Jennings will officially unveil his statue here in Newry City. Over to you, Pat. And Pat, if I can just ask you for your first reaction to this wonderful statue.
I can't believe it. It does look, definitely looks like me. But no, Andy and his team have done a fantastic job, as you can see. Absolutely brilliant. So.
And I think it's wonderful that all Pat's football achievements are here on the plinth. Now, if I can ask everyone just to remain in their seats, we're going to make ample opportunity for all of you here today to make sure you get a photograph of Pat at the statue. We've got a lot of official photographs that we need to try and take today. And while we're taking these first official photos of Pat and his statue, I'm going to ask his good friend Tommy Sands to come forward, who has written a wonderful song, and he is going to share that song with you while we're taking some of this photographs. If you want to just take that over there, that would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much, Tommy. I'll insert the other mic now.
A song for a wonderful man, not only on the football field but off it as well. There's a chorus in it too, and if you can sing it with us. Tell me, have you seen him sailing through the air, diving like a swallow and the crowds go crazy? Still you hear them whisper, no need to fear, big Pat Jennings is here. Big Pat Jennings is here. That's all you have to sing. That second part, you're right. Big Pat Jennings is here. Again. Big Pat Jennings is here. Born in Newry City when it was just a town, and he, a young lad dreaming, playing Gaelic football in the fields of County Down, all those ancient skills receiving. Working in the timber yard, that would be his trade, like his father had done before him. Then one day a letter came and knocked upon the door. A whole new world was calling him. Tell me, have you seen him sailing through the air, diving like a swallow and the crowds go crazy? Still you hear them whisper, no need to fear, big Pat Jennings is here. I want to hear ya. Big Pat Jennings is here. Beautiful. From Newry Town to Watford, to Arsenal from Spurs, all on that road to glory. He played for Northern Ireland more than anyone before, and his fame is a well-known story. Met with lovely Eleanor, a singer of renown. They made a home in London. There was many's a night of music, and Luke Kelly would come round, and the songs went on till morning. Tell me, have you seen him sailing through the air, diving like a swallow, and the crowds go crazy? Still you hear them whisper, no need to fear, Big Pat Jennings is here. Big Pat Jennings is here. There's some will take their talent and reach the very top, and rest in history's pages. Some will keep on going with the gifts that they've got to the dark and lonely places. I saw them in the hospital shaking little hands. I saw their faces beaming. I still can hear them whisper, no need to fear, there's dreaming, there's believing. Tell me, did you see him sailing through the air, diving like a swallow, and the crowds go crazy? Still you hear them whisper, no need to fear, Big Pat Jennings is here. Want to hear you? Big Pat Jennings is here. And tell me, did you see him sailing through the air, diving like a swallow, and the crowds go crazy? Still you hear them whisper, no need to fear, Big Pat Jennings is here. He's here. Big Pat Jennings is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause. Tommy Sands, that was wonderful, thank you. And if I could just ask you just all to still remain in your seats, we're just going to take some photographs here. Once the official ones are done, we're going to clear all the photographers out of the way and let all of you guys take your pictures here too. Yeah, so I've just got Sherry Armstrong and Billy Hamilton, thank you. And if I could ask Liam and Ledley to come forward and join that photo. If you two stay there, guys, just stay there. Billy, Jerry, stay there. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll just take a group shot of all you guys. Thank you. Just look this way, if you don't mind, over to me just for a second, just for... Thank you. Thank you. And if I could, Pat, Jerry, Ledley, could I just get a shot of you three, please? Just stay with us, Liam. I'm going to get one of you in a second. And Billy, you can move out of, you two can move out of this one, yes? This is the Spurs photo. Okay. Yeah. This is the Spurs photo. Okay, and if I could just ask just one of Ledley and Pat on his own, please. Sherry, that's you. Thank you very much indeed. And if Liam, could I just do a photograph of you and Pat in your own, please? Thank you. He is, no, he's sorted. Yeah. You're happy? Yes, if I could ask. Yes, please. Sorry, Liam. Thank you very much indeed. The Arsenal photograph. And if you could just look to your left for a second, please. Well, thank you. And could I ask for the friends of Big Pat to come forward, please? Just a couple more, and that's us done. Thank you. Friends of Big Pat, in you go. Okay, make sure you're all there. Thank you very much. There we go. Just make sure they're all. You have to get this one. You might need a couple of you to kneel down, possibly, if that's okay at the front. Just listen. Arthur, you tell them what way you want them there. And is that happy? Yes. And could I ask Andy, the sculptor, to come forward, please? The penultimate photograph this is. Andy, come on forward. Yes. And followed by the mayor, please. Oh, hello. Maybe give Andy a big round of applause. What a wonderful statue. Superb. Done the Beagles. Alex Ferguson, about to do the Queen. Gordon Banks, yes. And if I could ask the Mayor to step forward, please. Thank you. Chairperson, Mayor. You're wearing the chain, it's all the same thing. Okay, and the chairperson. And then Pat's brothers and sisters, yes. Brothers and sisters. And then the school, and then all of you, I promise. I'll get all these boys out of the way, and girls.